Hello, I am Sean Sands. Welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, where we have a lot of science to spend and a new thing we want to do. So a little fair warning here. This week is kind of it's just going to be nutso for me for a variety of reasons. So I'm going to try and record several here. They may be spread out a little bit. Apologies if we only get maybe two or three of these KSP videos up this week. Back to normal real soon. So shouldn't be a big deal, but wanted to give you a heads up in case you were wondering, like, it's been 2 days. Well, yeah, sorry. And I am sorry. It's not to kind of demean that, like, I don't care. I do care. I care about you. I want you to be happy. This is going nowhere. So what we want to do is complete a mission. Some of these look fun too. But I think we're going to do this. We're going to build a probe to complete the mission to conduct atmospheric surveys of Jool. Jool is a gas giant. It's a lot farther out. And we can try to do some of these things. Now, we're not, we're clearly not sending any Kerbins out there. We're not prepared for that. I think here's how we're going to break this up. So in this episode, I think we're going to spend our science and do any stuff here in the Space Center that we need to do. I'll walk through building the rocket that I'm building, and I don't have a plan ahead of time. So when I say walk through, I mean we'll discover together what that looks like, and probably I'll go ahead and launch, and then we'll just see where we're at from there. So science first. Let's see, what do I want to do? Could do some nuclear propulsion. That might be a good idea for like fuel efficiency for us. Let's see. What do we got in here? Precision engineering, I still just don't care about. I mean, there's probably a reason to care about it. Unmanned tech. It'd be nice to get unmanned tech. What is the Probodyne OKTO2? New iteration of the 8-sided probe. So this is a probe core, Probodyne. Okay, I get it. Have we got a Probodyne here? So maybe we do care about this because that will give us some new probes to work with. I still absolutely do not care about miniaturization, so we're just going to skip that for now. I think we will get this, and we'll get unmanned tech since we're about to build a Probodyne anyway, like a probe. So we'll do that. Do we need new electrics? I like the big solar array. That's just kind of fundamentally cool. What else will we need? I think we will go for the nuclear propulsion. We could upgrade to very heavy rocketry, actually. We just have to spend a bunch of money to do it. But that would give us access to... see, we're talking about 1,000 there at least to get the massive tank. But it would give us the mammoth engine, which would be nice to use to kind of get us into orbit. How expensive is that, though? I don't even know. Oh, it's right here. 115,000 per use, so maybe the Rhino engine. 68,000. Oh, yeah, but this thing has, at sea level, 1,500 kilonewtons versus 1,379, which isn't a huge increase, but it is an increase. So let's get nuclear propulsion. We're going to do that. What are the other options here? Specialized construction, I'm not all that interested in. I don't think it's necessary right now. Actuators, I'm not grabbing anything. Advanced metalworks, we can't get. That's girders, deck separators, quadcoupler composite, just structural stuff. Oop, didn't mean to zoom out. What else do we have? I'm kind of interested in high-powered electronics, or high-powered electronics. Double C seismic accelerometer. Good for more science. Will still function while flying. Can also be used to measure accelerations during flight. Okay. And the fancy communicatron. Science Tech Surface Scanning Module, a small module that includes soil, atmospheric, and ocean sampling tools. When used while landed on a planet or moon, the sample data gathered can be used to increase the accuracy of orbital survey scans. Survey scanner uses a combination of advanced sensor technology and witchcraft. Oh, that's unexpected. To provide information on a planet or moon's natural resources. Interesting. I don't really know how to use that yet effectively. The additional version of MechJeb. Heavy landing gear is not a thing. Aerodynamics not a thing we're worrying about right now. So high altitude flight is not a thing. How much is it to upgrade the center? 1.7. That would take us down to 100 and something. Well, 1.79-ish, 8-ish million. So roughly a little less than half our total. Let's do it. Oh, look at our research center now. Man, that got awesome quick. Let's get very heavy rocketry. Yeah, I like that. It leaves us 288. So we can buy one more thing over here. Actuators, specialized construction. Probably will get this just so we can unlock this last thing. And since I don't care about it all that much. Okay. And we have spent a good deal of science. So, Jool, I've already lined up our what I think will be a decent transfer window. So we just got to build a rocket. We'll begin with one of our fancy cores, I guess. Doesn't look like much. We will science it up. That's what I'm going to say. So let's get, I guess, a science junior. Sure. Let's get a service bay. We can do a smaller one. We will open that up and we'll put some more science in there. We'll put a couple of mystery goo containers. 2 mystery goo containers. We'll need a bunch of barometers, which I think I'll put on the outside. Communicatron, thermometers. A couple of thermometers in there. Close that up. We'll put a couple of barometers here. I guess one there. Oh, hang on. One there and one right above it. Since that's the whole point of the mission, is to do all these barometric scans, right? Pretty sure. Why do I still have a plant flag on Minmus contract? I should do that at some point. Yeah, atmospheric surveys, pressure readings. That is the point. So we will also need a communicatron. All this is going to need some batteries too. Not to mention, well, let's see. What else do we want here? We want MechJeb. Let's go ahead and get MechJeb on. Right. Nope. Don't need symmetry. No, we don't need symmetry for that either. That's just dumb. Just want it right on back. Let's put some batteries on it. Utility? Yeah, it's got to be utility. Or just a rechargeable battery pack. Put that right under here. Click those into place. And we got cool solar panels, right? Did I not get electrics? I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I got something else. It does not matter. We'll just put some... What do we want? Panels 1x6. Put a couple of panels on. That should do plenty. Okay. Nice. What else do we need? For that, I'm not sure we need anything else. We have battery, we have solar panels, we have science and science and science. I think that's it. So we'll go ahead and set up a stacked decoupler. No, we're going to put on a fairing. Yeah, I think we're going to put on a fairing. Where are fairings? Here they are. So like this. And nice. Okay. Oh, I did it dumb. That's okay. I think we can be a little cleaner with that anyway. Okay. We'll move all that up. Now we'll actually build some stuff to move it around. We will use some... Let's use a regular fuel tank. This will be to hopefully do most of our maneuvering in and around Jool itself, or at least some of it. And we will use a... What is it? Terrier engine? Yeah. It gives us roughly 3,000 delta, 2,500 delta V. Good. I think after that, though... Wow. Okay. We will put on a... We aren't going to need a heat shield, I don't think. Do a stacked decoupler. And then I want to adapt from there, because everything below this will be much bigger. Lift it up further. And now we put on our things like stability, yes. Our advanced reaction wheel. Our RCS fuel tank. And then... Do we have a second stage under here? Just like a completion of transfer stage? I don't know. Do I? Maybe have one more stage, one more kind of larger stage underneath here. Something like this. With a skipper on it. Gives us 5,100 delta V. So that's going to be like, I'm picturing this as sort of our, you know, alignment stage, like traversing the Jool system. There's a lot of moons in there. Maybe being able to use this a little bit for maneuvering to get our atmospheric readings. I think maybe I'm going to do that. And we'll put another decoupler on that. Good. Below that, we will start putting on our main. So how big is this thing? What if I used this? How much are we spending so far? 36,000. Like that. Lift it up some more. So I'm picturing this, and that below it is 7830. It's the thrust on this. That is 1,866 kilonewtons at sea level versus 1379. That's a good launch stage. So will we need 7830 is really getting up there actually. What if we did maybe, what would be 1? So maybe something like this. Nope. It's always weird when it kind of derps in like that. Skippers, we're at 1.9 thrust to weight ratio. If we add this, we're at 0.7 and then we would have a fuel line into this from here. 9,100 with a thrust to weight ratio of 1.81. Make sure we have some, where is it? Yeah, these. Quad. That's got to be a big lumbering stupid thing in orbit. But it's good. 9,100 seems like plenty to get there. It's kind of a weird looking ship, and Apologies to those of you who are like, oh, please make a normal ship. You've just made a tower. I sure have. I've definitely done that thing you just said I did. So this and this would get us into orbit. Basically, these two stages would be for orbit. 23,000. I mean, not even quite orbit. But that's actually okay. I'm kind of okay with that. Maybe add a little bit more fuel up here. Since we're still at 1.81 thrust to weight ratio, it seems like we have... That's telling me we have a little bit of room to play with. A little bit of delta V to play with. Not 4 times delta V. 2 times delta V. So if we had another big old fuel tank here, I feel like that's too much. A couple skippers on them. Don't even need skippers. More like poodles. In fact, did I put a poodle on this one? No, we need a poodle. And then some fuel lines. Takes us to 10.5. Good grief, that's insane. Put some nose cones on there. And then just sticky up the duct tape everywhere. That should be more than enough. God, that should be insanely more than enough. Like, almost like... Okay, hang on. I want to make sure these are all firing at the same time. 1.49 if I don't have it firing at the same time. No, yeah, 1.49 delta V, which is plenty. Those go. Then that detaches, and these rockets all fire, then that detaches. I think when this detaches is probably when we want our fairing to disengage too. So all 3 of those fire, that, finally that for our final stage. All right, let's do a bunch of, let's put some struts on there. Okay. Have some struts like this. Can we run some struts straight up? Maybe on both sides. Better safe than sorry, I guess. That didn't do right. Better-ish. I know there are people who would literally spend an hour just working on making sure all the struts are nice in alignment and they have nice straight lines. I am not that person, and I just apologize. Just, this is fine. This all looks good. Everything looks good here. And just for funsies, we'll throw a little more on up here. Beautiful. That is the perfect spaceship. It is not remotely a dumb-looking high-wire act. The Jool mess. Nope, the Jool hot mess. Perfect. Okay, let's take a minute here. We have, well, let's go ahead and get the stability enhancers on as well. And we can drop this back down a bit. Kind of hard to dial this thing in a little bit. All right, zoom it in. There we go. Good. Let's put some wings on there because wings will definitely fix everything. 2, 3, 4. Let me just look here. Yeah, well, this needs to be up like this. Detach, go, 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 detach. Those engines go. Yeah, wait. Yeah, we don't have any final detach, right? This is all just a thing. I mean, we could put one there, but why? No, this is it. This is it. This is perfect. This thing's going to Jool. All right, so let's save that, and we will, yeah, we'll launch. We'll go get our orbit, and head off to Jool. So we're looking at a thrust to weight ratio of 1.48, which is more than enough. We'll probably not want to be at max throttle, or throttle down after the initial launch. This is not going to be enough to get us into orbit, but this third stage right here will be, and that will be our kind of, this next stage will be our equalizing orbit and main transfer stage, and from there we'll use the rest of them to actually pilot around the Jool system. All right, got a battery, got solar panels. I'm trying to think of the things I always forget. SAS engaged, RCS engaged, and 3, 2, 1. We're off. All right. Everything seems to be holding together. Nothing's getting super wobbly. Got a nice vertical launch. Bring the throttle down to about there, about 80%. Feel like that's good. And let's go ahead and begin our turn. Nice and easy. Don't overdo it. I didn't put any Separatrons on. That won't be a problem. This first stage is the only one I'm remotely worried about, and it'll be fine. Apoap's at 3,300. Stage complete in about 15 seconds. Going up nicely. Tempted to do a slight roll. Nope, we're gonna do this. We're gonna be fine. And stage out and away and clear, but not a lot, but clear. Let's throttle that way back. Well, not way back. Oh, she wants to turn. Getting kind of caught in the atmosphere a bit, but we're holding. Still over a minute on this stage. Apoap's at 13,000. She's heavy. I'm going to tilt her up a bit. That prograde's getting a little too turn for me. See if I can even it out a bit so we aren't going purely horizontal. And RCS is doing work. Let's go ahead and increase throttle. It's a serious sounding rocket. Apoap's just coming up on 20,000 or 19,000. About 30 seconds left in this stage, roughly. 35 seconds. We're still thick in the atmosphere, so I'm still fighting her a bit. I think we're okay. 8,500 Delta V still in all tanks, so no concerns there. Apoap's has cleared 30,000. Increasing cleanly. 10 seconds left on this stage, and then things should get a lot easier to control. Apoap's at 40,000. 3, 2, 1. Separate. right. Now we can really turn this thing. Fairings are away. I didn't put nuclear thrusters on here. That's fine. They're super heavy. They're hard to get up into orbit anyway. We'll look for about 100,000 for our apoaps. 8,000 Delta V still in the tank. Let's roll for fun. I don't know. I just feel like that orientation is right. Cool, cool. Apoaps at 70,000. 1 minute to our apoaps. Go ahead and begin flattening it out a bit. 7,000 Delta V, 7,700 Delta V still in the tank. I've launched with much less than that recently. And 80,000 now ish. These things don't use up fuel very quickly, but they also don't pack much of a punch, particularly when we're still a little bit in the atmosphere. Oh, no, now we're not. I was thinking that was 61. Apoaps approaching 90,000. Let's flatten it out once and for all. Well, not all the way. I wanted to get it up to about 100. 7,100 Delta V still in the tank. '94, '95, '96, '97, '98, and 100. Nice. I mean, we've flattened out our. Who are you? Rotrude's heap. We'll help you out someday, Rotrude. Unless you become just debris, in which case, I don't know, I can't help you then. And we still have 352 to burn. Good. Minute 30 out. Start our burn around 10 seconds-ish. Should be good. Go. All right. It doesn't look like much, but with any luck, this is the ship that will take us out to a gas giant. That's a nice roundish, mostly round, orbit we've achieved. Cool. So when we zoom out here, we are looking to go here. And we will figure out a intercept course for that next time. Until then, thanks as always for joining me. Again, this one will be broken up probably into 2, maybe 3 parts. We'll see. Again, appreciate your patience this week, but I will be back real soon. As always, my name is Sean Sands. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.